application has now been turned over to an eligibility worker who should be reviewing your application. But just please allow up to 45 days for your application to be fully determined. If you do have any questions on that time frame, just please feel free to contact the call center. And if any additional information is required, you will be contacted via mail to alert you of your requirements. In order for your application to be fully determined, it is imperative that you do return any other requested documents.
Hello, everybody. It is your baby boomer, Kitty Lane, from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Creator Related. Oh, God, the bag is heavy. No, I have not bought anything. I just had a bag full of water. So, definitely has not been an ice cube kind of day. The greatest part of today, I woke up and I got up. I went to the store and I came back home and I tried to get an Uber. My grandson had a field trip today and he was expecting his grandma to be there. So, of course, I had to get a wheelchair accessible vehicle, only to be told that I had to go through a third party. And when I got in contact with the third party, it was a taxi cab service, still a wheelchair accessible vehicle. Y'all, I started calling them at 8:30 this morning in hopes of leaving home by 9:30. I figured an hour. If I get there early, because they weren't leaving the school until 9:30. So I figured if I give them an hour, if I get there early, I would sit there and wait for them. And that would be fine. Well, by 10 o'clock, no one had responded to come pick me up. So that was that. I didn't get to go see my grandbaby. And I have been fighting with the insurance company for years. This morning added. The good thing about it is that I finally got to talk to my social service worker. She answered the phone. Wow. I hope this will be watched on replay, being that no one is here but me. But I'm present. I do apologize for being late. I had to reapply for one of my insurances. So I'm kind of in limbo until we find out if they're going to give me a grace period while we wait to see. When I tell y'all I'm so stressed I'm having chest pains, please believe it. I had to make that my Notion bag today. Oh, I was ready, y'all. I had 2 whips with me. I had my ink pens. I had notebooks, which consisted of the graph for the graph can I'm working on, the name spelled out, and the all the numbers letting me know where stitches belong. So I had it ready. So I had it ready. Every, oh my God, I haven't done this in so long. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, I see. What a day, what a day. What a day. Hello, hello. We're working on the big blanket today. I had almost 2 skeins of this crocheted up. And I forgot, I did not take a picture. Hi, Michelle. I'm so glad you're here. That's fine. I understand. I'm in my own life, and I feel like I'm lurking. And I can tell you, since you're here, that I decided last week that I was going to do um, my YouTube star for the week. And you are my YouTube star for the week. Which means that at night, whether I go to sleep or not, your videos are running in my background. So I have watched Yes Michelle videos all this week. I told myself I want to do that for quite a few people. Michelle, I had to reapply. No problem, love. No problem. I had to reapply for my Medicaid. I'm I'm going to say thank you. I'm just going to say thank you right there. Because one of the people that I talked to today on that phone when I was reapplying, I'm pretty sure he has a different opinion of me. But my thing is, if you are in the position of service, then you should carry yourself a certain way. And when you're talking to people and you don't give them time to answer the questions that you're asking them, you're cutting them off, you're being rude and dismissive, then every bit of the tongue lashing you got, you deserve. Well, I started giving what I wanted, and he decided to give me something so off the rail. So I gave him what he was giving me. And when I started telling him how rude he was like, ma'am, I said, and if you disconnect this call, we are really going to have a problem. Sir, I may be in need of what you all have to offer right now, but it does not mean that I have to deal with or put up with this buffoonery that you're giving me. I decided to visit my blanket today. This is going to be my Dallas Cowboy blanket to me. I do have two other blankets up here on my bed. This one, I never finished. This is my Tunisian blanket. I am so proud of myself. I did this all by myself. It's huge. But what I wanted to do was go across the top and graph my name in it. So that didn't happen. As I use it almost every night. And then this one, I worked on this last year, and it was at a moment that I was bored, and I had no idea what I was going to do with it. And when I got to this point, I got cold one night, and I reached down and grabbed it, and it fit so well. So I was like, I got two blankets. Well, this one might be a showcase because it is with chenille yarn, and I have experienced chenille yarn before. I did not like what I felt. I did not like what I felt at all. I did not like the fact that it would come apart if you had to frog it. I just didn't see that as being a very pleasant experience at all. So when I walked into Walmart last week and I saw this lusciousness right here, I saw gray and blue and white. And all I could see was the old Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Tom Landry, Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman, Emmett Smith, Robert Newhouse. That's all I could see. And I was like, so you know how I feel. No, mainstay. I will work with this over and over and over and over again. This is one complete skein. I had done that and a little more than half of this one. Forgot what hook size. I forgot to take a picture of my hook size. So I took it completely loose and started over. And the yarn has not been compromised at all. It has not been compromised, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I had chenille yarn once before, and I jokingly I bought two gray and two blue. The gentleman I made it for was a Redskin fan, and we really, really got on each other during, yes, but we would really, really get on each other during football season. And I made him a Dallas Cowboy blanket. But I didn't like what I was working with because, and I think that was Burnett, but it had a film. It had a sticky kind of yucky film to it, and I did not find it pleasant to work with. I really did not. So I taught a young lady to crochet last year, and she brought chenille yarn with her. She wanted to learn how to make the ruffle hats. And she brought chenille yarn with her. So I basically watched her. She picked it up pretty quickly. But I basically watched her because hers had a film to it as well. She didn't have the specs for hers at all. She had taken that off. But she had like four skeins, and they all had that film on it. And I was like, oh, yeah. Ooh, 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 yeah. I don't know if you saw me unpacking. I am set up for the day. I was supposed to go to the zoo today and meet my grandson, but I had difficulty getting a ride. That's been my day. Excuse me. I've had no coffee today. It's going to be a no coffee day because I had coffee yesterday and I had tea last night. So I'm not going to do the coffee today. And I am so proud of myself. I'm going to accept from you and give myself a pat on the back because I have not had an energy drink this month at all. This is a girl who used to do 4 energy drinks a day. Water breaks are the best. They are the best. I don't understand it when people say, I don't like how water tastes. I still say water has no taste. Well, it doesn't have a taste to me. But at the same time, it is very refreshing. It's very refreshing. Now I can tell the difference in the quality of waters. And I know that I don't like the tap water where I live. I really don't. I can tell you, Michelle, I love watching you crochet, and your choice of music is absolutely divine. It is. I sat here last night and I was so wrapped up in the music. I called my book. I messed myself up a little bit yesterday. I went to bed like early, early, early. No, I've never had St. Louis water. And I don't know if you've ever had Florida water. Florida water, oh my God, it is so disgusting. I mean, even if you have a filtration system, it is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. But if you're there for more than a week, you kind of get used to it. And if and the reason I say that is because we go down to visit my aunt. My aunt lives in Orange Park, right outside of Jacksonville. And of course, she has the ice maker, and the ice even has that. It, uh, mm, mm. As soon as we get to town, regardless of who's driving, I'm like, first stop before we get to the house, grocery store, we have to get 2 cases of water. And if you all want water, then I suggest you get someplace else. These 2 cases are not. Okay, okay. I love you and thank you for being here. My day may not have started out the best, but I can say this, good or bad. This is the best March 27th, 2025 I have ever had. Because I'm here. I showed up. Yes, I did. Uh, okay. I apologize for the scratching that you all hear. I don't know what I've had, but yesterday and today, I don't know if you can see how red the inside of my hand is. This one isn't quite as bad, but the right one, and no, it's not elevated blood pressure. It's the fact that my hands are itching so bad. I don't know. It's like it started right here on the thumb, right here, and I kept trying not to scratch it, so I was squeezing it, and I was like kind of scratching with my teeth. I just take my teeth and bear down on it real hard, and just to make it stop. I kept driving my nail into it without scratching, and then it went from there all down the thumb into the crevice between my thumb and forefinger, went up the forefinger and around in between these 2 fingers, and then it traveled to the inside until the whole inside of my hand was itching so bad. And of course, superstitious hand itches, you rub the pocket, or you rub where you keep your money. So I'm just rubbing my wallet. I don't know if anyone can tell, but I changed wallets. I went from a maroon to like a burnt orange. I need to do a red since I get around with my scooter, but you know what? I am planning my surgeries and I'm planning everything goes well. It's just amazing. Before I finish, so I gotta tell you what happened. So Earlier this month, I found out that I have what they call focal seizures. There's a medication that the neurologist wants to put me on. Well, excuse me, before he starts the medication, he wants to find out the level, which I understand and I agree totally. So there's a series of tests I have to go through. I have to have an EEG, an EMG, and a CAT scan. And once he gets the results back from there, he'll determine the dosage of the medication that he puts me on. I did remember the name of it. I don't now. In the meantime, the following week, last week, I go see my surgeon. He okays for me to elect me right away. He tells me that I have a huge hernia that he's going to want to remove. It's going to be a separate surgery. So I'm like, okay, I get it. But we have to have I have to be released by my cardiologist and have to have some blood work done. Well, I'm sorry. When I went to see my cardiologist says, well, it's time for your pacemaker defibrillator battery to be changed. So I'm like, okay, all right. She says, so I'm going to see you again in a couple of weeks. And we're going to talk about getting that done. And I'm like, I think we can do that. What all do we have to do? So it's basically like getting a device all over again. Because they have to go in, remove scar tissue, take this little contraption out. Good thing they don't have to build another pocket because God blessed me and provided a pocket for me. So when the first surgeon, I apologize, when the first surgeon went in, he didn't even have to create a pocket. So now that the pocket is there already because of it already being there and we have the device, they don't have to build a pocket. All they have to do is take this box out and put another box in. Yay! Okay. Well, we have to wait until the battery reading gets in the red. It's like in the yellow, but it's right on the line. And we have to wait until it gets in the red. I'm sorry. And it's only because of the camera. But whenever it drops the red, then we'll get that taken care of. And then we'll get the collecting and the hernia repair. So then I get a letter on the 12th from my main insurance company who says, well, you don't have the right kind of secondary insurance. So we're going to have to let you go at the end of this month. Are you serious? This is not happening to me right now. So I called my worker. I'm sorry. I called my worker and she said, no, I couldn't even get her. I had to talk to the young lady at the front desk. And the young lady at the front desk tells me that for everything. So she's going to send an urgent email to my worker. Okay, fine. She'll contact you within 24 hours. But I almost 4:30. Okay, I get it. No call from her on the 14th. No call from her on 15th. I mean, no contact with this lady at all. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Okay. Oh, I did do that. Look at me being proactive. So, no contact with this lady whatsoever. I gave her a week, and then I started blowing her phone up this week. Well, today I got her. and and she could have eliminated a lot of what I went through today had she just said, well, your Medicare and your Medicaid, so we need to get your, it's called 1-800 waste the rest of your day, and they should be able to help you. Of course, that person redirected me back to my worker. My worker's not answering the phone at this point. So I called this number back and decided to use another option. I tell you, this was the rudest. Asking me questions, not allowing me to complete my answers, smacking his teeth, the whole gamut. And I was like, not today. I already can't go over to, as of yet, no cab has chimed in to take the call, pick up the ride. I'm sorry. Before this live started, I finally found someone that says, look, let's do this. Let's reapply. Time to get it in the computer. And later on, your medical insurance, United Healthcare, and let them know that you started the application process for what you need. So I'm waiting until this afternoon to call United Health, and it's just a matter of them opening up and looking at it. Yeah. With this blanket right across my lap, it's already warm. So, got a visitor. Hold on. Hello, sir. I was trying to get over there. I was really trying to get over there. I will tell you about it in just a moment. But let me get back to this and I'll get. Keep up with my time as well. Because even though I wanted to be here an hour, I know I was late. And I do apologize for that. So I'm only going to hold this probably about 3 or 4 minutes. So, anyway, long story short, back to the insurance thing. I am reapplying for the insurance, and I hope that this goes through. I'm not happy with the fact that I had to reapply, but I did. Of course, they have 45 days to make a decision. Only have 4 days to the end of the month. And like I said, I will be calling the insurance company and letting them know that I have reapplied. I just wish there was a way they have it in the system that they can, go ahead with the information that I have and recertify without me having to do it myself for the next 5 years. And of course, we re up it after that. But we re up it after that. But I don't know. Well, I understand, but I don't understand recertification, the purpose for recertifications. Um, I think once you get a certain age, you shouldn't have to keep recertifying for one. Um, and like I said, I get it because sometimes when you have changes and you don't report them, they have to have some way of tracking what your changes are, and have that. I understand it from that perspective. People's family dynamics change, and even still, everybody thinks that anything with them is going to change, but it is what it is. So yesterday I went to the kids, they was sleeping. So later on last night, I think I showed you all. I called up there yesterday and made it funny, but I have not done a lot with the ghost. Still putting my diamond in this one. Um, it's not very, very visible because of the fact that this is so chopped up, the colors, but they're there. They are definitely there. I do have them here. So, 3. I'll look up the number. Here we are. You can set it, and then I will, let's see, do this to 2. This for catch up whatever needs to be caught 3, where they are, and then work on getting the other ones caught up. In the meantime, in between time, please know that I love you, and I want to thank those who popped in for popping in. I thank you, thank you, thank you. I decided last week that I was going to have a video star for the week, and this week it has been Michelle. I have put her videos on and just let them play. So I will choose another Saturday evening that I will be watching next week, and I'll let you all know on next Thursday's live who my video star is for that week. In the meantime, in between time, don't forget that I love you. And please don't forget to exercise self love. Please. And as always, be bold, be brave, be of love, and behave until we see each other again on these YouTube streams. Peace, everybody.